And welcome back to the first step on the road to the first major title of the season, the Don Carter division of the PBA World Championship. We're at the South Point Casino and Exhibition Hall here in beautiful, spectacular Las Vegas. PBA spending a lot of time here this season with the World Series of Bowling, as well as the upcoming USBC Masters in January and the season-ending Tournament of Champions in April. Stuart Williams only managing a 170 in match 2, so he will watch from the sidelines as his good buddy Dom Barrett takes on Osku Palermo for this week's only ticket to the January 15 PBA World Championship Final.
Time now for today's More of What Matters to You fan question, brought to you by the makers of One A Day Men's Pro Edge. Comes your way from Alan Cook in Washington, and Randy with the question.
Thanks, Rob. And Dom, the question is, what did you do to prepare yourself for the grueling World Series of Bowling schedule?
You know, I actually wasn't into the TOC yet, so instead of just being away from home for 3 weeks, I took another week and went and spent some time in Reno and won my first regional. So that took a bit of pressure off going into this tournament, knowing that I was already there. But you know, you have to bowl to prepare yourself. You have to have match fitness as well as practice, and that's basically what I did.
And so what strategy are you going to take into this final match against Osku?
You know, Osku burns the lane up a lot. I've bowled against him a lot over in Europe, and for me, I just need to be a little bit left of him, left of his burn that he puts in the fronts, and just try and get my ball to go through the pins the right way.
Thanks, Tom. Good luck.
Thanks.
Two gentlemen very familiar with each other all the time. They spend bowling across the globe. Dom Barrett, in his first American televised appearance, is on the verge of moving on at the PBA World Series of Bowling.
American Jack Jurek and Englishman Stuart Williams have been eliminated from the first step on the road to this season's PBA World Championship. Now Finland's two-handed powerhouse, Osku Palermo, takes on fellow European Tour star Dom Barrett for the first of 4 spots at the January 15th PBA World Championship Final. It's Finland versus England here in Las Vegas. Who will survive?
Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Chris Barnes, welcoming you back to our continuing coverage here of the World Series of Bowling. Today, it's the Don Carter division of the PBA World Championship. Final match of the day. The winner will move on and make the final 4 of the finals round in mid-January. Dom Barrett from Colchester, England, starting strong with the strike.
Chris Barnes, I thought it was very interesting when asked about his strategy for this finals match. Dom said the strategy was to try to stay left of Osku.
That's a great strategy. It's just hard to do. Osku's rev rate's so high, and he's using a pretty strong ball. He gets in there way deep, but Dom does it a lot. He bowled against Osku a lot in Europe, and I think he's figured out that's the best way to give him a chance.
Take a look now at the arsenal that Palermo has with him. Prodigy, Nomad, Dagger, but right now he's throwing the high road on a hook rating scale of 1 to 10. That checks in at a 7. He also has Natural Grenade in his bag with him as he gets set for his next shot, courtesy of the high road.
Another strike for the Finnish international.
Well, Randy, after a couple of 188, 187, and Dom with a 258, and then another big game in game 2, you would think Dom would be the big favorite here, but Osku looks like he's coming alive.
You stop. All right, well.
Barrett had the high score in both match 1 and match 2, a 257, followed that with a 201.
Great look at the rhythm and motion of Dom, one of the smoothest, most fluid games out here on any tour. Randy, Dom seems like he's prohibitive favorite here with the two big games, and Oscar shot 188, 187. Who do you like here in this match, though?
Well, I'm going to go with Dom Barrett. I just think that he's got the better reaction using two different balls. I think he's got a really nice blueprint.
And he's 3 for 3 to start off, too.
And quite honestly, Rob, Chris, I don't think Oscar has really proven anything to us yet today. He's just kind of eked by in every match.
Again, eliminator format. You don't need to win. You just need to get there. But I agree. He has not been spectacular.
But now
you need to show up.
Yeah. Have the lanes changed enough to suit his game? Have they changed enough for this high-powered two-handed style?
Three, 4, 6, 10.
One, here you go once again. Crosses in around the 23rd board. He needs to get it out around the 20th, 21st board. That's where he was at last game. Too far inside the target, and that rev rate just does not allow that down lane oil to hold it back.
Oh, what a pickup. Barrett thought he may have had that first opening here, and Osku not letting him through the door.
You know, but in a way it is kind of an opening, because not only does he lose a little bit of count, but it's not like he just left a solid 10 or a stone 9. He went through the face.
Yeah, it's a great point. Now he's got to make some kind of adjustment. It's in the back of your mind. You know, you either have to make the ball get to the right or you have to make a big move, but it's not a certainty what the next shot on that lane is going to do.
Oh, come on. Oh, that 9-pin was thinking about it.
See that hand snap around the back of that bowling ball, and on a rev rate of over 650 RPMs, I think that leaving a solid 9 is not surprising. Surprising for my rev rate, Rob, and yours, not for Osku's.
Understood. Back-to-back spares for Osku. Dom Barrett not alone in thinking that Osku has some Rain Man-like capabilities.
One of the freaks of bowling. I've grown up playing against him, you know, every week on the European tour, and now over here in the States as well. And you know, there's a little while ago we had a situation. We were in Vienna, and when you bowl qualifying, you change lanes. And if you're on the right lane, you bowl on the pass. If you're on the right lane, you go right, and the left lane, you go left. And he walks over to me and says, he's on lane 6. What lane are you on? And I said, like 27. He goes, okay, see you game 4. He sees numbers. He doesn't see what everyone else sees, that's for sure. He's like the Matrix, got numbers in front of him, so in his face.
Breaking out 2 movie references in one bowling show, Matrix and Rain Man. That's tough. Here is Barrett on the right.
His first American television appearance.
Come on.
Left the 6-10 there, a win here, and he'll move on to the PBA World Championship Finals, the first major of the season. And you'll see it Sunday, January 15th here on ESPN.
Chris, does Catch show you whether or not that shot there was left of target?
It was left of target. It showed only a board inside of target, but it was a little bit slow too. So combination of the two, plus it looks like the lanes are just, they're still breaking down.
Take a look at Dom Barrett's arsenal. He's going with Victory Road Pearl on the left lane. He's also using a Marvel Pearl on the right lane.
Nine pin.
Yeah, back-to-back 9 pins on that left lane for Osku and Dom Barrett.
Yeah, Randy, basically these guys have made the same 2 shots back-to-back. They both went really high on the right lane. They've both seen just a little bit more hook on the left lane for 9 pins. Dom has, Osku basically has survived one moment in this match where Dom could have put put his foot down on his throat and put the title well in his hands.
Opening three-bagger. Since then, it's been spare for Barrett. More bowling coming your way next Sunday here at 1 p.m. Eastern. Brian Schaefer cranks it your way. Ditto for Tom Smallwood in that unique style that he has. 2 international players will be there as well. Andres Gomez, and say hello to the Venezuelan Ildemaro Ruiz, making his first PBA televised appearance next Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN. His lead at 12. Osku on the right lane, which has been problematic for him. Did get a strike there in the first frame, but had to really elevate his game for a big pickup in the third. Here he's in the fifth. So a strike after 2 consecutive spares. And here's the Finnish international on the allure of the mental aspect of this game.
When I'm going to do something, I want to do it good. And, well, in bowling, you just can never be perfect. And you have to develop and adjust all the time. That's what intrigues me.
Always a challenge for the pros out here as we take a look at this match through 5. Osku down a dozen.
Well, that was about a 2-board move left at the arrows. Like you talked about, Randy made a pretty big move there, and that one paid off. Gives him a chance to stay in the match.
Well, he wanted that one for sure. He made a pretty good shot there, only to leave a massive ring in 10. Watch this. Look at that hand snap around. And remember, his thumb is not in the ball, throwing with 2 hands. That's how he's able to create so many revolutions. Remember, when you don't use your thumb, in order to hold on to the bowling ball, you have to cup your wrist, and in order to let go of it, you have to uncup your wrist. And that's the action that puts revolutions on a bowling ball. It's kind of like throwing a yo-yo. The faster, the harder you snap that wrist, the more revs you put on it. Chris Barnes, myself, we do it with our thumb in. Osku does it without his thumb. Jason Belmonte the same way. And 2 hands. Guess what? They rev it a lot more than we do.
So back-to-back 9 spares on that left lane for Osku. Barrett on the right lane right now, looking for his 4th strike. Will not find it.
4-7.
Boy, this is big trouble on 2 counts here. He loses pin count, and with the open, basically loses the lead unless he can find a way to make this 4-7-10.
Not too far off.
Last couple of shots on that right lane have gone high. He's got to make a big adjustment to find pocket again. He's now trailing for the first time in this match. It's only 2 pins, but the big question mark is, what's he going to do the next time he's back up on the right lane?
He had the lead after 5. It is evaporated, down 2 as we begin the 7th, trying to get his game back after that open frame.
It's a pretty big psychological thing too, don't you think, Randy? It's he hasn't trailed anybody in any of the 3 games.
Yeah, he's been in cruise control the whole day, and now he looks or appears to have lost the right lane, and now he's lost carry on the left lane. Remember, solid 9 the last time on this lane. Right now is where you have to dig down deep, lace up your shoes, tighten up your belt, and just bring it.
Got any more analogies for me?
Take off the gloves.
Nice.
Pedal to the metal. Take scissors to your fingers.
What's he doing there? Cutting some calluses?
Yeah. Maybe trimming new skin or trimming some calluses. Maybe he has some cut patch on that finger. Starts to shred after a while, and you just kind of trim it off.
Osku with the 2-pin lead.
Wow.
Again, a messenger failing to deliver.
fast and in front of the 10-pin. Well, you better be
Watch the
athletic
head pin
to pull this off, and then the head pin, like you said, Chris, comes flying across. One pin match if he converts.
Read into that spare shot what you will.
Can you imagine if he hit you with that bowling ball?
No, I don't have a cat system like Chris does, but I have the Rob Stone system, and that was, according to my system, an angry ball.
That's not even full speed.
No, he can throw it harder than that. What do you think he maxes out at, Chris, miles per hour?
Right at about 30.
Yeah. Think about it. 15, 16-pound bowling ball at 30 miles an hour.
I choose not to. Pain. One pin separating them. 3 frames to go.
That might turn out to be the break of the match. Errant shot goes Brooklyn, but 10's 10.
Two great shots in a row on this left lane, and then the worst one of the entire game, and he finally gets a strike.
And a big break in the 8th.
See what kind of adjustment Dom makes here on the right lane.
Wow.
It looked like he moved farther left, but at the bottom of the swing, it looked like he totally wrenched on that shot, making it hook up high and going through the nose. Should have only been a 4-pin. Instead, it's the 4-6 split. Couldn't have happened at a worse time.
Come on. Let's go.
Now in big trouble for the first time.
44. First time on that lane.
Had the lead when we were done with 5, lost it in the 6th, still doesn't have it as we approach the foundation frame, 9th. 2 of his last 3 frames have been open.
And strikeout for 210. Osku's going at a 204 pace, meaning if he goes spare strike the rest of the way.
It's gone.
Sake.
He has lost it. Only 3 strikes here, and they were an opening 3-bagger. Since then, a whole lot of struggling in Osku. Yeah.
Gift wrapped. Chris, it looks like the high rev rate of Osku finally caught up to Dom Barrett.
He actually stuck to a strategy, and he did what he, according to the cat system, he's been 2 to 3 boards inside of Osku the whole time. But the irony is, even though he keeps moving, his ball won't stop hooking. He keeps going high, keeps leaving splits, and not able to catch up to it.
Back-to-back jacks, strike number 5. And Osku out ready to book a ticket for the PBA World Championship final show, and he has. That is done. He is moving on. Sunday, January 15th. Needs just 6 pins. I'm in the generous holiday mood. I'm gonna give it to him. And Palermo on the verge of being the first of 4 finalists for our first major of the year, the PBA World Championship. Next week, it's the Billy Hardwick division. Tom Smallwood, Andres Gomez, Ildemaro Ruiz, Ryan Schaefer in action. And that's all she wrote. So Barrett done. Osku moves on to bowl again. And we'll hear from the Finnish International when our coverage of the World Series of Bowling from Las Vegas rolls on. The PBA World Championship is brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. By One A Day Men's Pro Edge, a multivitamin with more of what matters. By Jack Links. Jack Links Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. Welcome back inside the South Point Casino and Exhibition Hall. Folks trying to get lucky here in Vegas. Osku Palermo was the one who cashed in today here at the PBA World Championship. Don Carter division. Match number 1, the lone American in the 4-man field. Jack Jurek didn't have his game today. 169 to the showers for you. Match number 2. Stuart Williams, open frame in the 4th and the 10th. 170, not nearly enough. Gone. So our divisional final, Osku Palermo started off with a double. Dom Barrett, great start, and then things fell apart. Palermo saved his best for last. 6 strikes, his high score of the afternoon, a 223. He moves on, and he's with Randy.
Osku, let's go back to game 1. Honestly, what did you think your chances were of winning this match?
I don't know. Well, this format, I'm kind of against it because you can bowl not too good and end up winning it like I did, 180, 180, 220, but I'll take it.
Well, wasn't it more conditional oriented, though? I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Viper's not your favorite oil pattern?
Actually, for some reason, I like it for a while, every now and then, but today it changed dramatically fast. It was a little different than practice yesterday, and as the numbers say, Dom had 251s, but otherwise they were brutal, especially the right lane, so have to get a lot out of it.
Congratulations. He's now got a 1-in-4 chance of winning his first major, Rob.
That is right, and we will see him Sunday, January 15th, right here in Vegas for the finals of the PBA World Championship. Saved his best for last. Who's going to join Osku? Smallwood, Ruiz, Gomez, Schaefer. Find out next Sunday, 1 Eastern here on ESPN. For Randy Peterson, Chris Barnes, and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. Osku Palermo moves on. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.